So that the matter is good and right now for like this point on for different for homeland of that was that they take charge of and they be offended really not only like the leader of the state in this for like the coming as well as like at the same time being that taking the decision for like the war as well as like the head of like the war like the scenario that I'm going for and homeland of like the appointed for me as like and basically by giving support of the like me to like only take decisions on behalf of that homeland the case of that for like seven joy like in the case of like the board like only while only in situation where like in matters that happen for like physics just like the knowledge that ever people like so like that's really my particular ambition right now for like not to like right now just suddenly to get it right at and like the law of like not nothing by them like the knowledge that about it's then I'm probably putting for like homeland say to give the order to that extent Starlight Twin as well as like the D to that bring down the cases that is not that and even at that point I'm going to try of them struggling to them between Naquib and that the value generation gets the point where like Naquib would be repeating the message they want to bring them down. But like at that last second is when I'm going to bring homeland come to that stuff when they use homeland or that and we maybe defeated Naquib at that point and break down Naquib at that point. That maybe that's not that. So the labor here I'm just sitting on especially for lag transport. Some now it's like I'm going to bring in that they're getting a lot of important and spotlights like it's not that I will spend that we have to bring that maverick to those like we like the like inheriting even without compound beats that in a delayed manner like inheriting translucent exact in the people or like it's not that I'm going to bring and certainly like the like I'm going to bring maverick finding out about like homeland of life about like translucent law and like finding out the into finding out the source that QE is like the culprit. This like and like Maverick in that particular like that attempting to like get prevent against like QE and teams like the scenario that so like the my configuration system right now is that actually might have Starlight not under Starlight and Starlight might have not turbo corrupted might be attacked with the case. It might be so later that's what might lead towards the end of like season one of like the voice of like spin off of like Mad and like of that might also fully take a job and again like the head of that decided to become like the head of like the board might have been what is the magnet that for instance like home that might have intimidated Starlight and so Starlight to that strictly follow all the orders of like from that and put up like a fake acting and everything. And if like Starlight reduces then like home that up just straight away bring down to my data on the next like home that might have intimidate Starlight might have been what might have handled respectively. And so that everything Starlight doing and might be most techniques in this flashpoint here to the person might be import solely to do that solely to that safety we might be that is of the days that needs my real again for that need my very important that is the also like home that might have not got setting and then soon after like home and might have run like belief and then might have something need to not that absolute safe access in front of them as a flash is going to change might have changed and like it's going to like jadi gonna might take up the lines like home and might have put on that day acting and that might have send it to that the but like I'm not referring and at that point I'm not referring that city might have been as would be believed and that and like the and that might have been interacting at that point that basically at that point I'm not referring that home and might have return that might have right in front of that city that might have brought down Becca as well as that because dealing with that Becca might have been like that is the quite considered. Like definitely I'm stating it my material remember to that like madness of like out of that is being feels towards like from of that might have been planning on like basically eventually set the identity that retrace from that of imagery in the so steady as well as like the working living of like the might have been like madness plans which like from that might have out of might have been like the case to the name of the reaction. So nothing else is spring lag after lag bring down like the possibility of like in front of flexibility like from ladder might have most likely like challenge limits to that. So whatever it is, we can if we can pay that home ladder to get back at like home ladder and home ladder might have straight away so might have been what might happen and really at that point might have been absolutely shocked and for the might have been the case and like Billy might have not known what to do at that point and like Billy might have not even since then might have not even turned back to that company to select group of them friendly and Chewy. And since then I'm preferring like when I the friendly or Chewy might don't even to the person might be even aware of that the whereabouts of that video as well as videos might be like that so that situations especially my person their impression. Right. That was what remember the impression that after I say that without incident or that so this group might almost like this freedom and my doubts decided to that even on my down board to that and now homeland violence general thing might have been sexual made of happen to me very amazing well and I'm not different that 20 given to the person might be still look like uniform might have been efficacious given the relative right the community might have broken up with that sorry there might have been a cloud between that 20 and I'm not friend that possibly to that point will come out and basically finally figure out like a revenge strategy or something, or like maybe even if like without any strategy to like get back at like some kind of the friends will really finally calming down and basically decided to that turn back to that Mr. Milk and 20th century. And basically that way that's the return of Billy happening within like the within a few days that from like percent is like the finale that I know. The net of leave opportunity right now that like since like the end of that season one like leading to for the way leading to the person that they might have certainly not at all return back to that return back to like the team might be next time to the game certainly going to them but so POE and team might be holding on by sticking together like might be holding on to that aspect for belief that actually would one day need to return so that until that point after the finality so they can friendly and POE might have agreed upon a common exchange to that target like smaller to have to focus on smaller targets to bring down like smaller targets and like what organizations that are like the more sort of workers that like what organizations that are small number of targets for them to that bring down maybe around the line like to as strongly and pretty might have been more with a handful of there might have been and the same they might have been working target for executing the channels might be executive Linux framework. But I can put randomly in like the present situation I can putting Starlight co-leading electron knowing that person from the past like I'm totally bring Starlight definitely not being able to bring up such to them bring down that you just like scenario kind of thing. But I can put the scenario to be like Starlight was really stimulating that person and basically most likely telling that person to quit his job at like what at that very instant itself and like leave and that leave country to be around the right of the different like that if she doesn't do that then Starlight will bring him down to be around the lines of the different Starlight intimidating that person that's not that of the different and like Starlight assuming that at least after that like Starlight looking that he has left country but like I'm to bring him to like not leave country and I'm not different during this time like I'm different like Starlight most likely night to like doing that extra like rotation down. But like I'm those thinking that person like not leaving the country and is leaving totally planning so that the game still the my the ambition and like to since like the end of season one leading to the person that the league might have not returned back to like the and they might be like the situations that the must bring the rest of the also and like a UN person might be extremely worried that they have the capacity that like believe that was to like find the guy like something having gone wrong. And basically, even though we might be strongly feeling that we might have survived, actually might be absolutely frustrated uh, due to things going wrong. And basically, the possibility of actually taking out all that frustration and weight on Starlight by once again targeting Starlight and suddenly the electric of Starlight that might be that she just doesn't fear the new approach that putting on things that steady and that might have been most likely not only Madeline son, but like from Anderson that might have been affected with the case, but later they have to go. Definitely some no different person like this might be like we call me that might be raising steady as well as like as the founder sounds like was definitely with respect might have been the case. So that founder might have most likely to solely to the trade even more than for like translucent like might have been only than trade Billy's spirit like and something Homeland might have definitely brought down Becca right in front of the league, might have been what might have happened to the team in the end. So that way, according to my book, the members in Latin that might have given quick more to that sport need to that ensure to that praise them so that like praise them such a manner so that like they can be both steady as well as like Homeland as well. grows up loving Homelander more than anybody else in like, the world. So that like Homelander might be still deep down having that sincere like what my feelings about the of like them eventually wanting to like bring down Homelander and replace Homelander. They like to ensure that like that doesn't ever happen. Like everyone the thing. Uh, Homelander might have done such quick orders to like Courtney might be like the case, might be like the case being of the friend to like the plan despite Jack Courtney. So the thing like we might be secretly having those to that together when they get like Homelander. Might be like exactly the case, but he's my sister. So like I definitely have a specific to my sister that like someone could like Courtney might have been just like brought down by maybe Homelander like the cinema might have been that debate numerous so that can do the coming according to my parameters of the current Courtney raising Homelander's son in such a way that basically so that like basically them for the Homelander's son to like putting up that and to say acting in only by the front of like Homelander as if that they love Homelander more than anybody else in like the world but like I'm so saying the actor of the tape might be the scenario of like I'm looking for me raising both of like Homelander's son in such a way that like both of our Anderson those things they grew up that having their absolute ultimate goal to like bring down Homeland and replace Homeland like that and the like probably most likely telling of like what in Homeland happens like probably most likely telling relating to like both of Homeland that basically that it was Homeland that like brought down their like now it's better from like companies like the opportunity right now for like doing right now without clear or like coming up like the idea to that replace the league with like Mallory like to lead them like with not in the battle against like the war and everything just like not that of the and that way I'm looking for a while like I'm looking right now for like while like Mallory did like all the missions of like the teams that with not that I'm looking until eventually I'm not trying at some point in it to the like will be taking food like totally Charlie and like is like giving the scenario then I'm looking and I'm not trying by then I'm looking that Chewy and Dave to have the one to go on of that memory and for ways of that those things that I'm looking by the time we would go coming back to Chewy and Dave like at that point I'm looking at Chewy and Dave wanting to lead to that lead them anymore and instead wanting to lead to that state and to be one among them to take order from that minority is that to which that belief that they not tolerating and that way that whole clash happening at that point is like not that I'm going and not something maybe supposed to be doing that point that I'm referring maybe in the unexpected loss of like minority maybe happening. And at that point I'm looking for like you I think you would have by then so minority side might have given up on like when but like might be in that battle against what might have been more calculative and skillful manner of that making their own based on emotion and rage might have those reputation just like in the scenario that I'm looking but like the like commander is unexpected shock December when happening that and the into and team that being so vulnerable to that and to emotion of the race which under the at that point like to be has like taking advantage of to get Fury and team to see when they get like the minority law. So such a man of some about the different and that way you actually getting that redundancy through Vinny's guidance and that point and making so such a manner of the when Billy was getting ending up becoming like the leader of like and elected people like the citizens and all that and the problem. Well, yes, so that the months they're implementing right now for like homeland different without select or language and they taking the decision to that bring back lamb later like to not and that way homeland replacing principles and like lamb that like specific that I'm looking at that needs to take a massive support like A-Train definitely not making it and that kind of way when happening at that point homeland replacing A-Train with like software that was not that I'm looking also, definitely, my consideration right now is that Homeland represents might be actually think that actually has like a point with the Homeland doesn't. So it might be that that doesn't is definitely my consideration that way. Homeland definitely I'm looking into the replacing the D with that scene in here itself is that now it's that I'm looking and I'm looking that's the way counter that is now it's that is